Deep in the heart of Central Africa, beneath canopies so thick they swallow sunlight, the world changes. Air turns heavy with moisture, and with stories. Among these, one legend tangles itself tighter than any vine. Jba Fofi, the giant spider of the Congo. They say its web stretches wider than a hut. That the silk glistens like silver thread at dawn. That hunters who stray too far into the deep bush never return. Only their spears found tangled in silk as thick as rope. But what makes this tale remarkable isn't just its terror, it's how specific it is. The locals don't speak of ghosts or shapeshifters. They speak of an animal, brown, hairy, fast, that hunts. And one story, told since 1938, brought Jba Fofi from the forest floor into the pages of Western cryptid lore. Reginald and Marguerite Lloyd, missionaries working in the Belgian Congo, were traveling a narrow dirt track near the village of Bas Congo. It was hot, still, the kind of heat that makes even the forest hold its breath. Then, something crossed the road. At first, they thought it was a monkey, or a jungle cat, a fleeting blur in the dust. Reginald slowed the truck, and both watched in disbelief. As the shape unfolded, long, jointed, deliberate. 8 legs. Each as thick as a man's arm. Its body the size of a dog. Hair matted, glistening under the headlights. For a heartbeat it froze, eyes catching the light like tiny amber lanterns. And then it scuttled off into the brush, vanishing, leaving only tracks and panic. The Lloyds reported the sighting to locals, who merely nodded and gave it a name they already knew. Jba Fofi. Among the Baka and Bantu peoples of the region, Jba Fofi is not a myth so much as a warning. Hunters tell of burrows camouflaged with broad leaves, of spider huts, woven from roots and silk. Trip lines stretch across forest paths, so thin you don't see them until it's too late. When a diker, a small antelope, brushes the line, the ground erupts. They say the creature strikes like lightning, paralyzing its prey with venom, dragging it back underground to feed. Parents teach their children to walk softly and never near rotting logs. They warn that the smell of earth and death mixed together is a spider's breath. To them, Jba Fofi is as real as crocodiles or leopards. Another thing in the dark to respect. The story drifted west like smoke. In the 1990s, explorer Bill Gibbons brought it to zoologist Dr. Carl Schucker. And the legend took root in cryptozoology journals. Newspapers spoke of giant tropical arachnids. Illustrations showed hairy monsters straddling trees and devouring goats. Yet for all the ink spilled, no photo, no carcass, no specimen ever appeared. Gibbons himself admitted he never saw one, only heard what villagers insisted was true. The 1938 Lloyd letter? Lost to time. Every thread leads to another retelling, and the web grows thicker. Still, the question remains: could a spider that large actually exist? The largest living spiders, the Goliath bird-eater and the giant huntsman, stretch barely a foot across. Impressive, yes, but still insects of earthly limitations. To reach 6 feet, a spider would face a problem of physics and breath. Spiders don't have lungs like we do. They breathe through thin book lungs and tracheal tubes that diffuse oxygen directly into tissue. As size increases, surface area can't keep up with volume, the animal would suffocate. In the age of giant insects, 300 million years ago, the air was richer in oxygen. Then, a spider the size of a dog might have been possible. But today, under modern skies? Biology says no. And yet, the human brain doesn't run on biology alone. It runs on fear, pattern, and the will to believe. Imagine the Congo at night. A million eyes in the dark, every twig snap a question mark. Your flashlight catches a web shimmering in the rain. You step closer. It's as wide as your arm span. Something moves inside. Would you swear you knew how big it was? Perhaps that's why the legend endures. It taps into our oldest instincts, to watch where we step, to fear the things that creep. Whether Jba Fofi is real or just a reflection of our primitive unease, it lives on, not in the forest soil, but in our minds. Because some stories aren't hunted for truth. They're kept alive for the thrill of wonder. And so the next time you walk beneath the trees of the Congo, and feel a thread brush across your face in the dark, remember, it might just be a web. Or it might be a warning,